everyone, Dani here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review of a one-shot comic from AWA. That's Artists, Writers, and Artisans, the comic publisher. Girl #1. This is a one-shot, as I mentioned, written by Sarah Cho, who's, if you look back on our history, we've talked about the Red Light comic as well. Well, illustrated by C.P. Smith, letters by Steve Wands. In this book, you meet Dani. She's independent, she loves to party, and she makes a whole lot of money. Now, meet Kyoko, Dani's online alter ego. She's obedient, she's exotic, and she's a walking stereotype that caters to her customers' basest fantasies. When one of Kyoko's most ardent followers start to send her increasingly threatening messages, Dani's two lives become dangerously intertwined. To turn the tables on a relentless stalker who seems to know everything about her and exactly which buttons to push, Dani must confront her own personal demons and rediscover who she really is and what is she's capable of doing. In this self-contained double-sized one-shot, Sarah Cho and C.P. Smith present a relentless, kinky, and occasionally bloody erotic thriller. And yeah, that's pretty much what you get. This is just a one and done story. Um, and it was very entertaining to go into it. Now, I will be very upfront. There's mature stuff in this book, so be advised. Like, if you were buying this at your shop, you probably already know. If you're aware of this book, you probably already know. But I'm saying it here. There's mature. There's nudity. There's other themes that are in the book. So, but it's a very interesting. First of all, uh, the sex work industry is very taboo to talk about, and especially to make a whole comic book about. I think that's very interesting, and just diving into their world, learning what some of these creators have to go through as they are doing stuff online, and then also how they manage to balance that out with their normal lives. Now, this book I think it takes a few extreme approaches. There's a part where they do like a live meetup, and I don't know if that's something that just doesn't feel safe to do that, because there's a lot of weird people on the internet. But I think that's what this book wants to highlight, that there is a lot of weird people on the internet, and that you never know who's on the other side of that thing, on the other side of the computer. Um, but yeah, overall, this is just a normal person trying to live their normal life. They've gone through a lot of stuff. They've gone through some personal trauma and some events that they kind of keep referencing and exploring. And as we explore those things, all these threats, these escalations begin to happen. Now, I really appreciate that the art was never too, um, like it never went too deep into the adult of it all. It's really more like, this is a story, this is a thriller, this is kind of a crime erotic thriller. So that's what we're going to present, right? I love that there's these washes of like the same tone color, to kind of represent the differences between Dani and when we're seeing Kyoko on the screen. Like, they're presented as very different people. So that's a lot of fun. There's a lot of going out to the clubs, there's a lot of going out at night, and there's a lot of situations that just feel very dangerous. But I think the facial expressions really help to bring that to life. um, there's a lot of text messaging that you see on phone screens and stuff like that, and that feels a little bit odd to me as a longtime comic book reader, but that is the way people communicate now, for sure. I mean, I do it myself, and it just feels like that is kind of the way that sometimes these things have to be presented, right? Instead of narration, you do it through through the means of these text, or like computer text or something like that. So it's very interesting to see how comics kind of keep evolving. There's a few pages that just feel like, oh my god, like the tension just really rises. And yeah, overall, I think this book is very entertaining. I think it has a lot to say about a lot of many variety of things. I think people will have their own takeaways, but the creators do address a little bit about the themes they were trying to explore in the back, and I'll leave that up to the reader to just kind of dive into that. But the twists and turns, and then the reveal, like the story is wrapped up, I think, very neatly as well. So yeah, I really like Sarah Cho's writing, so like I'm gonna keep following um, the work, because it's good work. It's interesting, yeah, and I think that um, the creators that have teamed up together to do something like this and just explore and maybe push the boundaries of what people are doing, or the things that can be done with a comic book, I think that's always a lot of fun. So definitely recommend you check this out. It is just a one shot, and it's like at 6.99. I think it's a very good deal for the amount of pages you're getting. You're getting about 50 pages or so of comic book, and a really interesting story. So there you have it. If you haven't read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.